Arjun. So yeah, and Kurukshetra is a holy place where the battle was taken place. And let's talk about few numbers, like where did Bhagavad Gita came from. So Bhagavad Gita actually came from a Mahakavya, that is known as Mahabharat, and which has more than 1 lakh shlokas, precisely speaking 1 lakh 10,000 shlokas. And out of those 1 lakh 10,000 shlokas, specific part like 700 shlokas are considered as the knowledge shared by Lord Shri Krishna, and that those 700 shlokas come out of Mahabharata, and we separately call it as Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita has a total of 18 chapters, and 18 chapters in total, like we discussed. There are 700 shlokas into it, and the 18 chapters are divided into three sections. So it's basically divided in three sections with having 6 chapters each. So the first chapter is first chapter is primarily first not chapter sorry the first first 6 chapters are discussing primarily on the karma yoga, dhyana yoga, sankhya yoga philosophies. And then the next 6 chapter, from 7 to 12, are considered as the bhakti yoga chapters. And then the chapters from 13 to 18, the last 6 chapters, are considered as the Gyan Yoga chapter. So Krishna gave all the knowledge in Bhagavad Gita, but he will conclude specifically that what out of these many different yogas, karma yoga, dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, which is the topmost. That is also discussed, that we will be learning in our future sessions. So we'll go ahead. Yeah. So we now, to understand Bhagavad Gita, there should be a submissive mood. When I say submissive mood, what do we actually talk about? It is about that when we want to learn something, we have to be submissive towards our teacher. That hey, I want to learn this. Please explain to me this. We should not be arrogant. We should not be adamant towards our learning nature. uh, so if we are submissive, if we are believing what the teacher is saying, then the teacher also is happy to explain. And that is where it's mentioned here that how Arjun was submissive towards Krishna, and then that is where why Krishna chose Arjun to give this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So the reason here it says, this shloka comes from Bhagavad Gita 4.3. So evayam mayate dya yoga proktah puratanaha bhaktos asi me sakha cheti rahasyam hi etad uttamam. So what is Krishna saying in 4.3 shloka here is that this ancient knowledge, this entire ancient knowledge of the relationship between Supreme and Supreme. So like this is very old knowledge, right? So that knowledge is given to Arjuna because there are two things here. If you see, because you are my devotee and as well as my friend. So Arjun, he is Lord Krishna's friend, right? So there were multiple pastimes between both of them. So both of them were friend, Arjuna and Krishna. Plus, Arjun internally knew that Lord Krishna is the supreme God, and that is where he was devoted to Krishna. So that is where Krishna chose Arjun, that I will give this knowledge to you. So because of so these are the two qualities. He was a friend and a devotee. So that is where when the devotee word comes, obviously there is a submissive mood. So we need to understand when when like why this knowledge was given to Arjun, because he was in a submissive mood to Lord Shri Krishna. And we need to understand that with if we are adamant, or we don't want to or we are into like argument mode. Hey, like there are people that they don't want to learn, but they just want to challenge and leave. They don't want to listen the answer, they just want to challenge and leave. So this knowledge does not reveal to them. So this knowledge which came from Krishna uh, is revealed only if we are into submissive mode. So we should be always submissive towards Krishna. And when we read Bhagavad Gita, listen Bhagavad Gita, there should be uh, submissive mode, and the question should be coming in, but to get the answers, not to challenge and challenge anyone. I mean, so then we'll proceed further now. Yeah. So based Bhagavad Gita, right? There are five major topics into Bhagavad Gita. So we call them as Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. So if you talk about all these five topics very briefly, Ishvara, like who is the Supreme Lord, right? Who is controlling this entire universe, who is maintaining it, and who is there in everyone, every living entity, so who is everywhere. So we come to know about Ishvara in this Bhagavad Gita. So we come to know about the creator, maintainer of this entire universe, uh, and then the next one is Jiva. Jiva is a living soul, living entity. So basically, a living soul that is a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So and but and they when they get a body into the material world, then we become a conditioned soul, and we get to understand about the soul, about the body, the soul adapts into, goes into, and then we come to know about the trans different levels where the soul travels from one body to another. So multiple details are given here between the soul and the body, how soul is different from the body, and how what is the relationship between the soul and the Ishvara, the Paramatma. So Bhagavad Gita talks about that. And then we have the Prakriti, the material nature. So the material nature is basically, so Krishna has three different energies, and material energy is one of its energy, and and then how Jiva interacts with material energy, how material energy uh, is handled by Krishna, and then how it is coming out of Krishna, how it is maintained here, right? So these all details are given. Then we have Kala. Kala is basically the time, the eternal time, which takes care of uh, the the universe, the destroy. Basically we can say that this is the energy where the destruction or the death is handled. So this is where it is maintaining the time of every living entity, even the nature, and then it at a specific time it comes and destroys everything. So we understand that also. And then we have last as karma. So what are different types of karmas, what are which karmas give us reactions, positive reactions, negative reactions, which karmas don't give us reaction at all. And then there are, like, we have different types of karmas: nishkam karma, sakam karma, and then there are uh, uh, there are a few more types where will come to know in future. Then yeah. So yeah, so this is something that is coming from Bhagavad Gita's introduction. So in the introduction, it is clearly said by Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder acharya of ISKCON. So he in the introduction in the Bhagavad Gita, as it is, he clearly mentions that, hey, Lord Krishna is the supreme, and even if you don't have that strong belief, but at least theoretically, let's accept Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead, and then we'll come to know in future like why we accept Krishna as the supreme Lord. Even if we don't have knowledge, theoretically, let's accept it and we'll understand about Krishna. So that is where in the introduction, Srila Prabhupada mentions these details. So, and also why when we are studying Bhagavad Gita, our objective, we should know, right, that why am I studying Bhagavad Gita, and who is the author of Bhagavad Gita? Why should I listen Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by Krishna? Why? Who is Krishna? So let's try to understand who is Krishna, and we'll see what our scriptures say, what our acharyas say about Krishna. Okay, so we'll proceed further. Team, like I just wanted to know that am I audible, clear, and I hope.
Yeah, it is clear.
Yes, bro, you're audible and it's visible.
Oh, thank you for confirming. So let's understand who is Krishna, and what is the meaning of the word Krishna, right? So Krishna means there are multiple meanings to this word Krishna. One meaning is that who is the most attractive, all attractive. So the one who is all attractive is one of the meanings. Another meaning is Krishna means black. So that is also one of the meanings. So when we say Krishna, who is all attractive, so everyone automatically gets attracted to him, and we see we'll see his pastimes in how he was in Vrindavan, how every Brajvasi was attracted towards Krishna and all, right. So that also we'll see in future. Okay. So now this is a shloka coming from Brahma Samhita 5.1. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidanand Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Now, since it's coming from Brahma Samhita, we can uh, easily guess that this shloka is spoken by Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma, who was assigned the task to create this material world, and the and he himself who created this material world is saying that, hey, uh, Ishvara Parama Krishna, like who is the Param Ishwar, Param Bhagwan. So Lord Krishna is the Param Bhagwan, is the topmost, right? And then he has Sachidanand Vigraha. So what do we mean by Sachidanand Vigraha? So if you see here, Sachidanand comes from three words. Satchit, and Anand. So Sat means that it is eternal. It's not fake. It's true. And when I say true, it's eternal. Eternal means it's always there. Chit means full of consciousness, full of knowledge. Okay, and Anand is full of happiness, full of bliss. So when these three combines, then this is what they are saying that about Krishna, that his body, his transcendental body, his body is not material like us. Like our body deteriorates with time, our body will decay, our body will get death. We have to transform from one body to another as a soul, but this does not happen in terms of Krishna. That is where it said it's Sachidanand Vigraha. Then Anadir Adir Govinda. So like he's Adi, like he's the first, and no one was before Krishna. So he is always there from the beginning, from day one. He is there. So that is Anadir Adir Govinda and Sarva Karana Karanam. So Sarva Karana Karanam, as the words say, that he is um, the reason behind all the reasons. Everything that is running in this material world, spiritual world, everything is controlled, and the reason behind it, everything that is happening is Krishna only. Everything. So he is the cause of all the causes. So this is coming from Lord Brahma, who himself is the first creature in this universe. So he is talking this about Lord Shri Krishna. So let's understand, like Lord Shri Krishna's birthplace activities that he did. So not we'll not discuss in depth. We'll discuss uh, a few of them. So like this shloka 4.9, right? This comes from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna himself speaks about his different activities, leelas that he performs, and his descendants to this material world. So here he is saying that janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. So Arjuna, I'll repeat the translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode. O Arjuna. So what is Krishna saying here is that there are people who think that I took birth, so I am a human, I am a strong human, I am a powerful human, but he is a human. So there are people who think in that way. So that is where Krishna gave this knowledge 5,000 years ago, cutting the mental philosophy which will the people who does not have knowledge, they basically give, right? Krishna is a strong man, he's a divine person, but he's a person. So that Krishna is clearly cutting down that point, that he says that, hey, my birth and my activities are divyam, these are all transcendental. I am not like regular human being where they come, they take birth, and with time they leave their body. I'm not like that. I transcend to this material world. I came here, perform my leelas, and then I went back to my abode, spiritual abode, where my permanent home is there. So Krishna clearly mentioned here, and whoever knows this, okay, whoever knows this, in knows, when I say knows, uh, people may know that, okay, yes, Krishna is God and he descended, performed lila. But when he says knows that, he's trying to say that we accept it from our inner hearts, yes, that he is Krishna himself, who came as and performed lila and he left from here. So he's not like regular human beings, where different Mayavadis or different atheistic people will normally say, and his activities all are divine. So why he specifically mentioned karma also, that why his activities are divine? Because as a supreme personality of Godhead, he performed lots of leelas, and there are people who will ask many questions like, he is God, but why did he perform so and so leela? Why did he, as a God, he should not be doing chori, like he should not be stealing in someone's house, right? And performing leelas with gopis and all. So as a god, how does it sound? So this is where he clearly gave this point, that my karma is very divyam and it's difficult to understand for everyone. So that is where this shloka clearly cuts down on the points where people say, hey, um, um, that what Krishna did is like they try to judge Krishna without understanding who is he and what are his activities, what was the reason behind this, right? And whoever understands this properly in depth, then Krishna clearly says that that person, when he leaves this body, he will not come back to this material world again, because he will attain my eternal abode. It's abode. So Krishna clearly says my abode, but it is eternal. So when he say why the word in eternal is important here, because our material world is temporary, okay? So we may, for us, it is like millions of years, the earth's age is millions of years, material world's age is millions of years, but it is again temporary, right? It will end somewhere. But Krishna says my abode, my supreme abode, where I live, is eternal. It is there from the beginning, it will be there forever, where I live. So that person who leaves his body and understands Krishna, and so he goes to the eternal abode and does not return back to this material world. We live basically from this cycle of birth and death. Yeah, so here a video is depicted where how Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki, and he was the eighth son of Devaki and Vasudev in Mathura's jail, where his parents were into the put into jail by Kamsa. So we see here that when Krishna appeared, he showed his four-handed form as Vishnu to Devaki and Vasudev, and he clearly said that, "Hey, who I am, and I am appearing into your womb, and I'm taking birth here." So he clearly said he did not take birth. Why this video is coming here is because we need to understand, as a human, I did not take birth like this, but Krishna clearly came here with four-handed form and saying that, hey, I'm not what you guys think. Hmm? So then we have this second video where how Krishna was moved from Mathura jail. So when he came, when he when he came to this material world as a baby, so automatically all the jail keepers, right, all the guards went to sleep, deep sleep, and all the gates were automatically opened, like, right. And then how Vasudev took him and traveled, and he then crossed the river Yamuna and went to Gokul, where Yashoda Mata and Nand Baba were staying, and then he left the baby there. So we can understand the divine activities that happen right after the birth. When I say birth, right after Krishna appeared, right? We see how everything, all the jails and everything got opened because he's not regular, right? So this is what we are trying to show here. And we can see when he crossed the Yamuna river, he did not even uh, drown into it, Vasudev, right? So it was all protected by Lord Krishna himself. So yeah. So now we'll understand Lord Krishna's opulences. Opulences in simple Hindi word, if I say Aishwarya, Samriddhi, like we try to understand about Krishna, like what are his opulences, right? So why are we discussing this? So we want to show that why are we not like how Krishna is different from a regular human being. We all know that Krishna is Supreme Lord, but again, to understand that how he is actually different, right? So we'll understand how his opulences. So there are basically six opulences of Krishna, and those all six opulences are shown here. If you see, he has wealth, that is Aishwarya, beauty, Shri, strength or virya, knowledge, gyan, fame, yasha, and renunciation, vairagya. So in the material world, if you see if a person has any one of this quality, he becomes attractive. But Krishna has all six, all wealth, because he himself is Lakshmipati, right? So Lakshmi is the goddess of fortune, right? But Krishna is Lakshmipati. He is the uh, stays with Lakshmi. So that is where we come to know that he is all wealthy, and then he is all beautiful. That is, he is all attractive, right? He is most beautiful, and then he has the highest strength in this entire creation, spiritual plus material world, and then he has all the knowledge, everything, all the knowledge he is having all the fame means everyone knows him, he's famous, right? And then renunciation, when renunciation means that he has everything, he has all the beauty, wealth, and all. And then here there are Krishna is loved by lots of gopis, and then Radharani, and then Rukmini. But the thing is here, Krishna is renunciate. Like he knows that people love him, but he does not. He's renunciate means vairagya, means he's above all. Like he does not. We can say like. Uh, he's like not dependent, or he's not uh, having attachment to them. That is where he has all the renunciation. So like simple, in our simple words, if you say we have families, we are attracted and we are attached to our family and all. Krishna is not. So that is where he says he has all the that is where we say that he has all the renunciation and of this entire world. So these all six Aishwaryas are called as Bhaga. Okay, so Bhaga, and this was given by uh, I think Vyasdev's father, I guess. I don't know the name of that Acharya who gave this word, but yeah. So these six opulences he mentioned that are there in Lord Krishna, and whoever possesses all these six opulences, bhaga means six opulences, and whoever has those six uh, uh, possesses these opulences, right? That person is known as Van. So when we compare, when we combine this, right, Bhag and Van, that word becomes Bhagwan, like possessor of all the opulences, a person who has all the opulences of this and entire creation. So that is the meaning of the word Bhagwan. So two words. Bhagwan is a combination of two words, Bhag and Van. Bhag means all opulences that we discussed, all six opulences, and Van means one who is having all these six. So that is where this was. This is the meaning of the word Bhagwan. Okay. So now, so in we are showing different photos like of Lord Shri Krishna, like how he has all the six opulences, right? When he appeared on this planet Earth, we can see like he has fame, like his leelas are known by everyone. People relish his leelas when they hear, and everyone is aware of Krishna, right? And then he has all wealth. Like he, when he was in Dwarka, he was the king, right? So he was king in Mathura, plus he was Dwarka. So he has, and as well as he is Lakshmipati, so he has all the wealth, and he's having all the beauty, like all attractive. When we say the word Krishna, itself means all attractive. So he is the most beautiful person in this entire creation, material plus spiritual world. And then he has all the knowledge. He gave he doesn't when I say why he has all the knowledge, because we need to go and study Bhagavad Gita, Vedas and all. Krishna doesn't need to study Bhagavad Gita and Vedas. Everything comes from him only. Krishna says that these Vedas come from me, so it automatically comes from him. He doesn't need to study it. He already knows it, because he is the author. Basically, he is the giver of the Vedic knowledge, right? So, um, and then renunciation, like we discussed, is not attached to anything. And then strength, yeah. So here we have a good photo of Lord Shri Krishna lifting the Govardhan hill to protect the Brajvasis from Indra's rain attack. So it is shown that how he lifted the entire Govardhan on his little finger. So here we can understand, like there are people, right? We see that they claim to be God, that hey, I am we all are Narayan, we are God, I am God, right? So we can simply see that is he having all of these opulences, all of this what Krishna has, right? That is that person having that. We can simply ask him, hey, if you have all the strength, can you lift let's say 1,000 kg stone? Okay, so he'll simply say no, I cannot. So he is not a Bhagwan, right? So that is how Krishna showed that I am the supreme, and I can lift the entire golden hill on a single finger. Not everyone and all the self-proclaimed people who say that I am God. So this is a good test for those guys who say that I am God, and uh, basically we can reveal their truth. So go ahead. Yeah. So now here comes a shloka where Krishna him talks about himself in Bhagavad Gita 5.29. Bhaktaram yagya tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suridam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shantim richati. So here the translation says, a person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. So, why this shloka is here? Why are we trying to understand this shloka in the introduction section? If you see the second line here, the Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, Krishna clearly says that uh, uh, I am the supreme lord of all the planets and demigods. Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. He is the Maheshwar of all the Loka, everything. So, and So this is where Krishna, when he talks, he himself is saying that that I am the supreme lord. I am the controller of every planet and demigod here, as well as this is a very good shloka where he clearly says that this, he talks about three different qualities of himself, like he's the full and he's the enjoyer, bhoktaram yaketapsam, he's the beneficiary of all the sacrifices, all the yagya and tapasyas, right? All the sacrifices and austerities that people perform. He says, I am the ultimate beneficiary. And then he's the again controller of all the planets and demigods. And the third one is that he's the benefactor, Suridam, right? So he's a well-wisher, benefactor of every bhutanam, so every living entity. And that is where then he says that whoever knows this, right, gyatva mam shanti milichati, whoever knows this all detail, right, he gets the shanti, he gets the peace. He is relieved from the material miseries and he attains peace. Simple, right? So when we say try to know that, okay, when you try to understand that I am the controller, or at least I can control something in this material world and all, right? So and the things don't go according to our wishes, we obviously feel bad and sad. But when we understand everything is controlled by Krishna, he will take care, as well as he will do good for everyone, like it's mentioned here, benefactor and well wisher, right? So he'll do good for everyone, right? So when we understand that he is the main, he is everything and he will take care of everyone, he is the main controller, automatically we feel that we don't have any more burden left on us and we feel free from our material miseries. So that is where the formula Krishna gave, that if people understand who actually I am, they will get shanti, they'll get peace. Now, this is another shloka coming from Bhagavad Gita where he says, Ekam Shena Stito Jagat. So, what is he saying here is that this entire universe, right? This entire universe contains 14 planets where the soul travels from one planet to another, where we have higher planetary systems, including Brahmalok, Tapalok, and then lower planetary systems, Sutalok, and all, Patalok. So, multiple planets are there into this universe alone, but this entire universe, right, it's huge creation, right, this entire universe, he's saying that is simply controlled by my single fragment. So entire universe, can you imagine, he's not sitting and running somewhere from Golok, that he's sitting in Golok and running this entire material universe. Okay, I have to perform this and this in so and so's life. No, so he says a single fragment of myself that alone takes care of entire universe. So we can imagine how Krishna is powerful and how there why he's saying this is, we need to understand there are multiple universes. When I say multiple, countless universes running in parallel, and everything is taken care by Krishna himself. And that too, he's saying that I there is small portion of me takes care of this entire universe. So there comes uh, one small line from Charitamrita where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that we can imagine like there's a bag full of what is called rai, salso. Okay, you can, and the bag full of that, and then you can imagine like how many in a bag full of salso, bag full of this rai, right? Salso. Uh, like that, there are universes in this entire creation. These many universes are there. So imagine how many different universes, different souls, different like Brahmas running all the universes, and living entities living in different universes. These many millions of universes are running in parallel. We are part of one of the new universe. So these all universes are handled by Krishna, and that too, not just a single fragment takes care of this all. So you can imagine uh, about Krishna, how everything emanates from him. And then yeah, we have like different acharyas are there, right? Different acharyas from our sampradaya, as well as different sampradayas are there. So all accepted that Lord Krishna is the supreme. And We have examples also, like of few acharyas. This is coming from uh, Srimad Bhagavatam, Ete Chamsha Kalaha Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Samsa. The meaning says is that there are uh, different incarnations of Krishna, and then plenary portions of Krishna that incarnated, but those all came from Krishna. But about Krishna, what is said here, that Krishna's to Bhagwan Sam, that Krishna is himself Bhagwan, Swayam himself, right? So different incarnations came into this world, not just our universe, multiple universes are there. So different incarnations go there, but they all are parts of Krishna. But when Krishna appeared here 5,000 years back, he himself came and performed leelas here. So this is where it's mentioned that Krishna's to Bhagwan Swayam. Then uh, there's a shlok coming from Bhagavad Gita, where it's mentioned that Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devalshir Naradas Tatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bhavishime. So here what the meaning says is, all the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala and Vyas confirm that you are the supreme personality of Godhead. So this line is where it's said that the great sages are there, Narada, Vyas, and Asit, Devala, and all. So these all rishis, they also simply say that Krishna is the supreme personality of God, and all the acharyas have one single opinion towards Krishna, right? All the acharyas who are there. Then there are different acharyas like the Acharya who is from our Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya. So when he also appeared, he also described the same, that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Then we have Ramanujacharya, he is from Sri Sampradaya. So there also he clearly mentioned that so Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So these are all not simple human beings. These are all acharyas. They are the we can say the um, uh, gods sent Krishna sent people, like they came from the material the spiritual world to spread the message, and they left back home. So they are not like a regular person like us. They were already there in the spiritual world. They were sent here to deliver the message. They came here, delivered the message, Krishna is the supreme, and then they left. So multiple acharyas, multiple shastras mention that Krishna is the supreme. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the golden avatar, where he is the combination of Radha Rani. He is Krishna himself with the mood of Radha Rani. So Krishna came, but with the mood of Radha Rani. Radha Rani is devoted to Krishna, so since it's Lord Shri Krishna came around 550 years ago, 550 years ago. He showed how a devotee should be, and he also clearly stated that how Krishna uh, is the supreme. He gave lots of knowledge, lots of instructions to different Goswamis that we have in our parampara. Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, he gave instructions. He clearly described about Krishna, how, and different types of bhaktis, different types of avatars, different types of forms Krishna's take, right? So these all details Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and when he came, he clearly said, don't worry, don't worry, and just worship Lord Krishna, chant his name, and go back to Godhead. So when Krishna himself appeared, he also described the same, that hey, I am God. He, like, there's no confusion here. Then so like we see, right, everyone confirmed that Lord Shri Krishna is the supreme. The scripture said, Acharya said, Lord Brahma said, we saw multiple places, right, that everyone is saying that Krishna is the supreme. And this is one picture where we see uh, how Lord Brahma appears from the lotus which came out of the navel of the Vishnu. So this is how the first creation in the material world happened. How Brahma came out of Lord Vishnu. One small image that we have. And this is one more shloka coming from Padma Puran, uh, where different signs and different since that we have less time, so we'll proceed further. And but this is one of the shlokas coming from Padma Purana describing about Lord Krishna and different his features that he has. Krishna has different features, right, on his feet. 16 signs are there. So those all are present only on the lotus feet of Krishna. So this is what is mentioned in Padma Purana. So to the bottom of the feet, Lord Krishna will have different signs on his feet. And then, yeah, here small differentiation is given between Lord Vishnu, Lord Ram, and Lord Shri Krishna. Like Lord Vishnu is called Purushottam, Lord Ram is called Maryada Purushottam, and Krishna is called Purna Purushottam. So Purushottam means the supreme enjoyer, and Uttam means the best. So best, topmost, right? So Lord Vishnu is the supreme enjoyer and he's the topmost. Same way, the same for Lord Rama, Lord Ram is used Maryada Purushottam. So when Lord Ram came, he showed how a human being should live, and he with all the rules and regulations as per the Shastras how he should live his life. So that Lord Ram came and depicted. So that's why he's known as Maryada Purushottam. He lived within the limits in the Maryada. That is why Maryada Purushottam. And Purna Purushottam means Lord Shri Krishna, where he came with all his potency, all his power, and he depicted uh, different leelas here in the material world, right? So he did not like Lord, not like Lord Ram, where he depicted Maryada. No, he was open. He was whatever his devotees wanted, Krishna did that. He delivered every whatever devotees were asking for, he gave. That is why Krishna is known as Purna Purushottam. And then there are different qualities also, which we will be maybe discuss if we have time. And then yeah, this is one of the incidences where Bhishma Pitama, who had Ichha Mrityu, so he was on his deathbed of arrows, and this is where it is. He is explaining different. He is explaining Yudhishthir Maharaj, who was grieving why he killed his brothers. So he explained that he explained clearly about Lord Shri Krishna. So Bhishma is not a normal person, right? So he is giving this knowledge to Yudhishthir. One of the references from our Shastras, how Lord Krishna is supreme. So this comes from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.9.18. So it's a series of shlokas. This is one of the shlokas of that series where he is clearly mentioning, if you see, that Krishna is no other than the inconceivable original personality of Godhead. He is the first Narayana, the supreme enjoyer. And then he is moving amongst the descendants of King Vishnu just like one of us, and he is building us with his self-created energy. So clearly it's mentioning that Krishna may look like normal because he's living with us, with you people in Dwarka, and then he plays with you, he travels with you. But don't be confused, don't be bewildered. He is the first Narayana, he is the supreme enjoyer. So even Bhishma is explaining this to Yudhishthir, that Krishna is the supreme there also. Even if we are living with Krishna, and then there are different qualities. We have 5 minutes left. Maybe we'll quickly close this. So there are 64 qualities. If you will see Brahma has 50, Shiva has 55, Vishnu has 16, Krishna has 64. So four extra qualities Krishna has from Lord Vishnu and others. Those four qualities Krishna only performed, like he performed Leela Madhuri, different Leelas he did, right? So that was done by Krishna. And then we see a stealing pastime and all. And then Yashoda Mata, um, she is like, she is scolding Lord Shri Krishna. Like Krishna is supreme, but still for Leela, he shows that, oh, I'm scared of Yashoda Mata. Like that, we have four different qualities. One is Bhakta Madhuri, like how he is dedicated towards his devotees. And then next is like Venu Madhuri, that he has a flute and he plays the flute and everyone is attracted with his flute. So this Venu Madhuri is not performed by any other incarnation of the Lord. Only Lord Krishna performs this. So these are four few qualities. Rupa Madhuri, like he's the most beautiful, right? So different four extra qualities that we studied about Lord Shri Krishna. Hence, like these are the different references. Now we understand, right? Who is Krishna? So we come to know that whatever Krishna spoke in Bhagavad Gita is now we understand, right, why we want to understand Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna is the supreme, right? So he gave this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, so we should feel lucky that we, out of this entire 800 crore population on this earth, we are one of like very few. If you see the ratio, right, we are one by I don't know how many millions and all, where we are into Krishna consciousness, and many people don't even they I don't know how many births they have to take to understand this, but we are lucky that we understand this. And then we have these conclusions here. We have 2 minutes only left, and so any question on whatever we discussed today. So this is the introduction part. From next Sunday onwards, we will start our Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. This was just an introduction why we are studying Bhagavad Gita, and why we should study Bhagavad Gita, because it was spoken by the Supreme Lord Krishna himself. Anyone, any question? Okay, I see a
Hare
question.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
No, Pranam, yes.
Can we do lectures in the morning in 8 to 9 a.m.?
Uh, 8 to 9 a.m. We'll view this. We'll discuss this with my counselor, and we'll come back and we'll update in the group, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay, sure. I see a question from Smita Mataji, Venu Loop, and then which is the fourth one, right? So one was Bhakta Madhuri. Uh, so four were there, right? So one was Bhakta Madhuri. Yeah. So we see good attendance here. So we hope to see all of us in the upcoming sessions. We'll continue. We'll try to close Bhagavad Gita. Uh, so if we don't have any question, maybe uh, we can drop, I guess. Madhajan Prabhuji, you have anything to discuss?
Yeah, we'll discuss after the wind up.
Sure, Prabhuji. So thanks everyone. Let's continue joining this session every Sunday. We'll keep sending the reminders. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Who is this? Yes, Prabhu. Our Yes, Prabhu. Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I was
कैसे लगा
listening.
धनंजय प्रभु?
हाँ Prabhuji.
कैसे लगा?
I was very tensed actually.
वो पहले थोड़ा रहा था नर्वसनेस। क्या
हाँ,
एक चीज आपको टाइम नहीं था। यू क्लोज द रिकॉर्डिंग, राइट? रिकॉर्डिंग, यू स्टॉप।
sure, Prabhuji.